Ghislaine Singh, will you be Ghislaine Singh forever again?
Yes! Thank you so
I can't watch! I can't watch! I can.
Oh. Let me tell y'all, never in a million years did I think that we would ever see Abba and Preach and Myron Gaines agree on anything, but here we are. The Akaash Singh situation is bringing together content creators from all walks of earth. I've seen reactions from gym content creators. I've seen reactions from financial content creators. I've seen it all, okay? So anyway, Abba and Preach, who generally do commentary in like the all commentary space, they just talked about the Akaash Singh situation and their videos absolutely blowing up. I wanted to dive back in and dissect some of the things that they're saying within it because I think that it's interesting, right? Because you have men-centric content, and from their perspective, they talk a lot about the negative impacts of RP content, but then you even have them agreeing on the bullshit that Akaash is being put through. So I want to see their perspectives on it, and let's have a conversation about it. So without further ado.
Ghislaine Singh, will you be Ghislaine Singh forever again?
Yes! Thank you so
I can't watch!
It's so bad.
I can't watch!
It's so bad.
I can.
It's so
Akaash
bad.
Singh.
Okay.
Internet's shitting on him, and it's okay. It's okay, guys. We are going to spend some time trying to defend the indefensible, My Little Indian.
See, that's my I got a problem because you said My Little Indian, and right now, the anthem from My Little Pony popped in my head. My little Indian, my little Indian.
People say that's bigoted. I think that's just an accurate description. He's a small man, with big amounts of success, and I'm very happy for him. But jokes aside, he is getting.
One of the most diabolical comments that I recently saw, it said, Akaash Singh is Will Smith on a magic carpet. Yeah, I know.
Shat on, and there's not an Indian joke. It's just a fact that the internet is shitting on him right now for his marriage. Dude. All right, and essentially this revolves around the fact that Akaash, who's been with his wife for a long time, has taken the time to comment on other people's relationships.
She wasn't even remorseful.
When he says entanglement and he questions the word, she gets irritated. She's like, that's what I said, entanglement. Like, bitch, you cheated, bro. No. I'm the one getting embarrassed, and then I call you out on wording, and you get, yeah, that's what I said. This is a bit of a cucky take, but it's out there that he is in an emotionally abusive relationship. And that's why he cares so much about what she thinks and her reaction to something.
You think that your girl has slept with 3 times the amount of guys she's told you?
Did you just ask me? I want to hear about a couple of the previous.
Why you want to hear?
Why? I just want to see.
That's what weird. Are you gonna get jerking off to?
She got good taste.
Yeah, that's some
yes.
shit.
Just make sure she got good taste.
Has bigged up his own relationships about how great it is, and shat on other people, including Myron, who took that personally.
What I don't like, what I find corny as fuck, is my preference is not my women. You guys have established yourselves as role models. From Simps to Pimps, which is another motto I find kind of corny, but I looked into what you guys are about. And a lot of the shit is just childish.
So Myron, years later, found a couple clips, and he's like,
popped off.
I'm the best Indian in the game, bro. And then shat on him.
Dude, this is embarrassing. This buck teeth fucking, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Yo, you need to get your woman in line. She is embarrassing you.
And
he's not lying.
Today, all right? After all this Indian on Indian violence,
I will say the additional context of Akaash going off on Will Smith, utilizing terminology such as cuck, right? Like, come on, son. If you give it off, you got to be able to take it. Even him saying the word corny within its context, like, You have no business calling anything in life corny at this particular junction, baby. By the way, I see a ton of people in the comment section suggesting that this is like a psyop, like this is just a way to get her popular, you know, and he's in on it and none of this stuff is real. I completely disagree with you. Why? Because never in the history of ever has a man benefited, now he's the breadwinner, benefited off of being treated so negatively by his woman. Men who exhibit pay pig behavior or just outright disrespect, right? Like, it never does anything for his career. So why would he be sacrificing his career for hers? It actually makes me think about the dude, and I think he used to work with like Howard Stern, who let Hulk Hogan bang his wife, you know, sat up in a corner and cucked himself just for the gratification of it, and it ruined that man's career. Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
We are at this point.
My wife also hadn't had any partner, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this:
And
do you believe her?
Hell no.
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what?
Yeah.
But she was like,
too good to be
she
true.
was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
This little clip right here is spliced together with some other clips because you know the internet. And it wants to get petty. It's about half as good as me. And
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him.
Nav is her co-host's husband.
His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick
This is
is
wild.
like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have two butt stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder.
Not
and
one,
I made the dumb mistake
two.
of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore.
Oh my God.
And I remember
So
that he
what
like, kind of do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch while using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
This is the worst,
Wow.
by
I
the
just
way.
think of like my own husband while I'm like doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
Yeah.
Oh! It's kind of baller, but I could never do that. That might be the single most harmful reputational destruction thing that she has done throughout this entire thing. There's a lot, the miss kiss, all of that shit, but that line right there. And I thought that the way that she was describing this Nav guy, I thought when we finally all saw him, he was gonna be some 6'6" god of war. He's an average guy.
Get in the boat, boy.
Your wife is over here so unhappy with what she has married that she's willing to risk it all for the average dude that is currently married to your best friend. That's just...
Why it makes you laugh?
I do stand-up.
Yeah.
If that's my wife, I'm dying inside.
That's your what?
If that's my wife, I'm dying inside.
Come on.
Doing stand-up and you claim all the things that you claim, then you're dying inside, yeah. Because if it was like
She don't even get off to
Chris
you.
D'Elia's wife saying that, nobody would care. Nobody would care. They'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, she's open. Nobody cares. When you say that she hasn't done
As a
anything,
virgin.
and that's where people are like, oh.
Dog, I already know the type of version that she is. She done gotten everything, right? Like, these are the types of women that claim virginity, but she done slurped up 10 dudes before she met you. She pleasures herself once per night with a vibrating dildo, right? Is she really still a virgin? No! Having men play inside of your anus to the point of that it hurts is okay, still virgin, right? Like, these are the chicks where they don't count if the tip just gets in. You understand? They'll make every reason as to why they still hold on to the crown, the virgin crown.
I don't care if it's Chris D'Elia. I don't care if it's Jesus himself. I'm dying inside.
Well, Jesus forgives.
Huh?
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's
Jesus
crazy.
We don't.
Wow.
We don't. First of all, that's a fucking red flag. I'm not like, no joke.
irony.
I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But like, any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a red flag. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money and my money is my money. And look, have I only made $600 from content creating?
Wow, it went up $100 from last week.
But that's my money. Okay.
I don't know if you watched The Boys, but I love him on The Boys.
I never watched that show, but like, he's on my hall pass list.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna have Akaash commenting on
All
how
white
he
men,
feels
by the way.
about his wife's content.
So this one, Justine got a lot of heat for because she was saying, my money's my money.
Truth.
Your money's my money. How do you guys think you should split finances?
Can I just say that that's a common saying?
Oh, for sure.
And honestly, if you distill it, it just means that your husband loves you enough so that you feel like you have some security in case he becomes an asshole one day.
So how do you guys...
I'm going to carry the kids one day or get a surrogate.
Yeah, I deserve all this money because I might carry your kids, or we might use
Maybe
your
he's
money
gonna
so
pay
someone
for it.
else can
Yeah.
carry it, which then what happens to the money? So I got to pay extra money so you don't carry the kid, and that justifies why you get the money?
Yeah.
Explain the math.
You have to ask her. That's not my math.
It's not your math?
That's not my math. I have a hard time explaining normal math. Now you want me to explain her math?
Girl math is...
I can't do
Girl
that.
math goes crazy.
Do you want me
There's
to...
actually a business case for that, right? Like, if you don't want your wife's body to be, harmed or damaged by the act of giving childbirth, perhaps you want to pay $150,000 for a surrogate. But the point is that, was this a conversation prior to marriage? All right, that's the point. Or did she just drop this bomb because it's my money?
Answer that?
Yeah.
It's adorable when she does these things. Yeah. Like, I just look at it and here's the rule in our marriage.
Adorable?
It's been unspoken, but now we're just saying it now that we're both making content. If it's funny, we're good. Like, if it's funny, and if it's not funny and it hurt the other person's feelings, you apologize, you move on. That was clearly my wife trying to be funny and watching everyone take it.
Bro.
Because the idea that my wife, she's going to start making so much, you guys are going to make so much money. The idea that she would even go to the bank to try to open her own account.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that response.
Video's doing great, you know what I mean? But internet just piles on the hate. I get it,
This comment is so f***ing gross to me.
It says, damn, Akaash waited and you did it.
Who the f*** are you to talk about when I lost my f***ing virginity? I will talk about it because it's my f***ing sexuality and it's my f***ing story. So sit the f*** down and shut the f*** up. And also, do you think Akaash never touched a f***ing woman before he met me? Like, we both hooked up with people, we both were in relationships, and then together we both lost our virginity. So sit the f*** down. You're like, just unfollow me. You're so annoying.
Well, ma'am, I understand where you're coming from and what you're saying, but when you say you popped your if you say that,
Man,
it
did you
implies
pop
that you
it?
all did those things and y'all were not together.
She said she's a virgin, but everyone's like, how are you popping? So I actually can't see this being a real thing. I grew up around a lot of people. Put in the butt. That's why she mentions it in her story. But there's a lot of people who would hook up with folks. They would do everything but vaginal sex and would say that they're virgins.
Yeah. This is my
that's
point.
common throughout the world. So I know a lot of people, personally, I don't think you're still a virgin then. But
facts.
Technically.
Listen, if you get finger blasted.
Finger blasted is crazy.
You're done, so.
Can't tell me you a virgin and you was popping white boy frat houses. That's crazy. Wow. I'm going to show you the one clip from me that tells me everything I need to know. And like this clip repeats itself three, 4 times in different ones, but just this instance. Okay. And like to me, nothing is even said. So apparently this is some kind of like, I think it's like a proposal, like re-engagement. I don't know. Married couples apparently redo this. I don't know why.
He's going to show the...
This is happening.
Let's see what they say.
I'm just trying to do a romantic gesture. Now watch what I'm watching.
Okay.
First of all, I want to say to Amma, happy birthday.
Thank you.
All of this is possible because you told me I could do anything that I wanted. And the best decision I ever made in my entire life was to marry this woman right here. Whose birthday it is in 2 weeks. And I love you so much. And the only regret that I have is that I only got to marry you once. So I want to make a little quick announcement that we're going to get married again. We're going to renew our vows in India next week.
Look how long she's going to stare at the ring.
Sound fun?
And now look at
since
him.
I am renewing my vows, I think the only thing you can do is propose again.
Look.
Oh
Ghislaine Singh, will you be Ghislaine Singh forever again?
Yes. Oh my God.
Take that rinky thing off. That rinky dink.
Did you guys know this? Yes. Oh my God. How big is this?
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so much.
I can't watch! I can't watch! I can.
Oh.
Speechless.
That's wild.
No. I
want to see it again.
And when I saw this clip, guys, could have shown me nothing else about the marriage. It really kind of...
Yeah.
But wait! There's more!
I look good, Mr. Armstrong.
Oh no, she's done this up. No, not during the original. Not during the original proposal.
On
Akaash.
Saturday when I saw her, I said, Daria, do you know?
Oh.
And she said, I don't know anything. I don't know
She's a good
anything.
liar.
Then she's a good liar.
That's a friend.
Then she's a good liar.
Nah.
That's a friend.
No, I don't want those gifts.
I know.
Why not? Gonna go back.
I
Oh
don't
no.
care about. I like
Oh
tangible goods.
Nah, don't tell me she's doing the get off me, bitch. Don't tell me. She's mushing his head with her head. This chick is diabolical.
I don't like that. I don't care about. I like.
By the way, there's an argument out there that, listen, well, she's traditional Indian, right? Like, and all of these other different, like, what would that same person who's doing this to her husband, right? There's no family that's there, right? She's just doing a selfie video, but then gets up on a podcast and talks about not masturbating to her husband, right? That's baller that you can do that, as she would say. Talks about banging the co-host's husband, which you could tell Akaash is clearly uncomfortable when she says this, that she wakes up one day after popping pee in a frat house and her sphincter was sore, right? Like, you can't combine the two in the same sentence.
C'est tough en esti, man. C'est tough en tabarnak. Je veux quand même la revoir. I still want to see it.
I just need a second, bro. Just like, let me recoup. Let me gather myself.
You don't even have to put.
It's like a car crash. It's like you have to watch it.
You know when you watch somebody bomb, how you cringe? Oh, jeez. You know how I love to watch people bomb.
Yes. This is the opposite happening right now. I want to see it again. I just want to see it again. I asked nicely.
Yeah.
I said, please.
Before we get to that.
I wanted to be your first, apply your dirt. I wanted to be your last, now I'm hurt. You were popping P
every week.
For white boy.
There's gonna be some dancing, baby. Every week, baby.
Is this AI?
I ain't divorcing you, can't afford the payment. Embarrassing me on a dead price. Now that's flagrant.
Now that's flagrant.
Yeah, she bad. She don't like me. Yeah, she wrong. That's alright. I'm a simp. Got my wallet. Rich. Got my wife. Yeah, she bad. She don't like me. Yeah, she brown. That's alright. That's alright.
Oh, it's a banger too.
taste.
Oh no, they made a video.
Y'all that social media, doing your wives, doing your husbands, doing your marriages, doing your lives, for life, for free. Y'all that social media.
I could mix these songs all night long. I'm gonna do a set.
I'm gonna just play this in the background.
Got my wife. She don't like it.
This is diabolical and genius at the same time.
Got my wife.
Got my wife. She don't like it. That's alright. That's alright.
Yo, they made a Euro bop in AI.
Little drop.
That's alright. Let's go.
Oh no.
Let's go.
What a beautiful moment.
What a beautiful ring.
What a beautiful ring.
That ring.
What a simpy husband.
And make sure she got good taste.
Hey, maybe it's cultural. Maybe her mom was here. You don't kiss in front of your
to my
parents.
palate.
Oh my God.
You want to rewatch it?
I just did. But yes, please.
No, let's watch it with
Yes,
audio so
please.
we can die while we hear it.
How big is
Yo, this is so crazy. Shout out to Abba and Priest. They are the first content creators that I've seen that have successfully utilized AI in a way, right? Like not behind scenes, but put it in their content to a degree as an additive to the content, right? Like creating an AI song. I don't even know how you do that. Like it actually makes me want to spend this entire weekend researching how it is that they could do that. Like what's the software, right? Like, and here's the thing, like I was actually just talking with some other YouTubers about this, and like the landscape of content creation is so much different now than what it was a year ago, 2 years ago. It's actually insane to think about. Like I remember back in the day that I used to take a look at videos that would have music on them and be like, okay, I can't commentate over that. Now you just use a AI music remove software. Like what? For thumbnail creation, for titling of videos, right? Like it's so much back end that I think a lot of folks are coming up to speed with, but now the utilization within videos, right? Like I feel like I need to go on an AI deep dive to see what else can be creatively incorporated into these videos in order to add value to y'all. All right. But shout out to them for thinking this is genius, right? Now you got a whole song to the drama, which is going to spread like wildfire.
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so much. What do you say? This is so cool. God, it looks so beautiful.
Wow.
That's a beautiful ring.
You know what's also beautiful? That watch. Holy moly. That looked like a Rollie from here. And my guess is that's anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 Rolex on top of a $50,000 to $75,000 ring. I mean, this might be $100,000 hand that we're looking at right here. I wonder if he put PayPig insurance on any of this should his investments impact his business. Let's go.
That's a beautiful ring.
That is a nice ring. Good taste, Akaash. All right.
I might get the same ring for my girl, but she's gonna kiss me in the mouth. The thing is, stop. Stop. I said nothing, sir. Two things. Maybe she was not done watching the ring and admiring the ring, and he came in for the kiss too early. That's one thing that I'm gonna say. Second thing is there was kids around. Real thing, there was kids around, and then maybe it's cultural.
But the other videos,
it is cultural. Maybe it is cultural. You know, you don't kiss in front of your
Can I
parents.
just say one thing?
Go ahead.
There's multiple videos of her doing similar things where when he goes in for kisses and physical affection, she reels away every single time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not only did she reject the kiss, she didn't even go in for a proper hug. Like to me, body language says a lot. And you can see that he's trying to connect with her and that she's rejecting that. And like, you want to do that, you can do that, it's fine. But there's no doubt for me, like, that shit play.
That's me. That's me.
And in that moment, like, he just got down got the nice ring, did this big gesture, and you spent all that time looking just at that ring.
But it was a beautiful ring.
Right? She's trying to connect with others and not the partner that she has.
Did they see the ring?
He's a pay pig.
They didn't see the ring.
That video killed me.
It wouldn't even been
and Abba's right, too. Communication is like 70% body language. 70%. Shit, it might even be like 80%. the other percentage, let's say 10 to 15%, is actually what you're saying. And then the other 10 to 15% is how it is that you're saying it, like the tone in which you're saying it. But your body, that's why so often when I go over these different videos and I'm looking at podcast reaction, where like I often talk about the body language that's going on, because it's the nonverbal communication, the way that someone's sitting, how they're presenting themselves, even what they're wearing, right? It's all important in understanding the full context to a particular situation. And her body language screams that she's embarrassed by him, and that's only a compliment to what she verbally says about him. Let's go.
And it's like the Derrick Jackson. It's like all these things. If none of that would have been a thing if you're not using
as an example.
School people.
I mean, you know, listen, the Flagrant crew spent time judging all kinds of people for a relationship. They did it with Will Smith. They did it with Adam 22. They've done it with a numerous amount, including the boys over there at Fresh and Fit. So if you're going to judge other people's relationships and your partner's a public person, I think it's completely fair game for people to judge you in return. And on top of that, it's kind of crazy because when you go to their subreddit, they've actually scrubbed all the comments.
Oh yeah, they removed them.
That's why it took me long to get ready for this today.
Yeah,
because all the stuff I linked,
100%.
they deleted everything.
100%.
I think it's funny that the
too.
people who spend all this time cracking jokes about people and shitting on them and not apologizing for anything are actually censoring their own subreddit for jokes that they're making now at Akaash's expense.
Yeah.
So the comic can deliver the jokes, never apologize, but when it's his turn, all of a sudden the jokes have to stop. She responds to all the hate that she's getting, and she feels some type of way.
I want to talk to you really quick because obviously my name keeps getting brought up by either women or men. Lately, it's these red pill guys because I said my money, or what did I say? His money is our money and my money is my money, which is a common saying, whatever. But what I will say is, if you're not going to be a man for women, like if you're gonna say, oh, women should do this for us and we're the prize and blah blah blah, at least be a man for yourself. Whether it's Andrew Tate or these fucking red pill podcast guys, like when they tell you something, when they ask you to jump, you say how high. You're still not a man either way. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you're still a little beta boy doing whatever these men tell you. Why are you mad at us? Why are you mad if me and my husband are cool with each other, if we both make jokes at each other's expense? The difference is my husband will go on stage and say whatever the fuck he wants about me. No one has anything to say. It's like, oh my God, it's so funny, it's so relatable. But then I come on TikTok and I make jokes and now you have a fucking problem? Like, make it make sense. I'm not here for the fucking misogyny.
I'm not gonna lie. All these folks using like black gay vernacular all the time is just killing me. It's just I'm not here to fucking, it's giving gay, and it's like, does that ever jump out to you?
Yes.
It didn't jump out to me at all. What jumped out to me is she asked for us to make it make sense, and him getting up on stage and doing those lighthearted jokes where he then concludes with positive messages at the is nowhere in comparison to what it is that you exact upon him. And it's just crazy is that through your bullshit, you are now the preeminent example of why this content persists. To watch you deploy sign language during your rant is just the icing on the cake. Now, think about how long tail that this has been. When Akaash was up on their podcast, kind of defending his wife, that was after the women's portion of the internet started to talk shit about her, right? The other side, the men-centric portion, hadn't even really seen the content yet. It wasn't until I reacted to it that then it started the snowball effect. So I just find it interesting that she was vocal in the beginning, didn't care what the women think, but when the men started to question her husband's masculinity and how it is that she just disrespects it, that's then when they stopped reacting to it. And now that there's radio silence, proving that there's power in numbers and there's power in points and positions.
I think she has a point. A lot of men will go online and then talk about their wives all kinds of ways in terms of cracking jokes and all these different things. And I do think that some of the comments that people have made about her are a bit unfair. In that they're coming after her for some comments that I thought were kind of ridiculous.
Do you know why I think I have like a good marriage, knock on wood? Not my pantry being open. I think it's because my husband's never here.
I've heard dudes make that comment.
That is the perfect example.
I've heard so many guys and husbands make those kinds of comments. Like, she's clearly trying to be funny, right? I'm sure she enjoys time with her husband.
Preach
she's
don't
like
think
talking
so.
about how she likes her time away, and she's making a joke about it. But people are using this to be like, fuck, she hates this, blah, blah. I'm like, guys, people make these jokes all the time. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, but I don't think she's making a joke. I don't think that was a joke.
Okay.
I think she was being honest. Why? Because I think she's not that wrong. She's not that wrong. There's a lot of marriages that fail the minute they're retired. And then you get to spend so much time with each other.
Right. But I'm saying when she's putting it this way, she's trying to rage bait a little bit. That's her stick. If you go on her TikTok, it's a lot of it is rage bait. She says things a certain type of way, whether it's the prenup comments and she goes this one way. Like, a lot of it is that rage baity stuff. And you know this. How many times have you been on podcasts? And I know this because I spend a lot of time now around content creators, and like, you go on podcasts, you'll see them off the podcast, and you'll see them get on the podcast.
Yeah.
They start to antagonize a little bit more. They start performing a little bit more.
Yeah. Yes.
I've noticed this trend online now, where whenever people get on these podcasts, they just act like different people or exaggerated hyper performances. And I feel like when I watch her, it's a little bit of that when I watch her.
I understand what you're saying, but in that case, there's some other stuff that I would be like more like, oh yeah, this is absolutely rage bait. His money is our money, my money is my money. I think that was more on the line of rage bait than this. This, I think, because of the tone, and maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just reading this not properly, and I'm giving her way too much. But I didn't think that was that.
It's not a joke in the sense that she didn't mean it. It's a joke in that she framed it a certain type of way to enrage people, because she could have given the context, which is like, I love to spend time with my husband, but I also like time when he's away. But she didn't phrase it that way. She says, I think my marriage is successful because he's gone. Here's a rage bait way of saying stuff.
Go ahead.
I like working by myself. Okay. Or a normal person would say something like, yes, I love to work with Preach. It's enjoyable. Sure, I enjoy that part. But there's also a lot of projects I like to do on my own time, because then I get to explore certain things that Preach and I don't necessarily have in common. Do you see the difference between the two?
Yeah. The big difference here is that comment that she made in relation to all of the other pieces of content that we've seen about the relationship is a completely different context. She may exaggerate things to position herself in this type of way in order to increase the amount of clicks that are coming in. But we've seen content of Akaash saying that, no, this is the way that she is.
She just says everything she's feeling at whatever moment. It's done. She just tells me when she's pissed off at me. It just all comes out. It took me a while to appreciate that, because initially I'm like, why are you so combative? What's this about?
Appreciate?
God damn, stop fighting with me all the time. And then I was like, oh no, she just lets it out and she's free. All these little social niceties that we all do where we just lie, and she'll do it a little bit. For the most part, she's not. You're going to know how she feels, and that's what it is.
I love that.
It's great.
No, because then there's no bullshit, right?
Yeah.
There's no like miscommunication.
I haven't even told her how crazy this is, but we were at her family's house, and then she's saying something about her aunt's feet, and I am into feet. And then she asked me, she's like, oh gosh, doesn't she have nice? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I guess. And that's a little weird already. And then her aunt continues to be a little self-conscious, and then my wife goes, no, he likes feet. God damn, that was awkward.
Yeah,
she just says
might have a touch of the tism or something, like an inability to understand the social norms and our dynamics in a situation, in a conversation, and just says shit. And it's so wild to me is that through his simp, he's turned a negative characteristic into a positive. These people who do not have filters, that just say things, they don't have manners. They don't have social decorum. And they call it just being real, as if they're superior in their conversation, when it's okay to have a filter in certain situations.
I feel like when something is rage baiting, it's so obvious that I'm like, yeah, no, that you made it on purpose.
Some people are bad at rage bait.
There's a question that you asked me, and some people could take it like as if it was rage bait. A lot of people took it serious and was mad at me for it. I remember in the comments, right? And you said to yourself, what do you think is the secret? And I said, I don't have no secret, because what works for me might not work for you. And I'm not perfect, right? I said that. I started off with that, and I said, shut the fuck up. But then some people took it like, oh my God, he must be insufferable to be with, because, I want to talk. I didn't say you can't talk all the time. I said learn to shut the fuck up, like that comment that you just made. You should have shut the fuck up. But it was not rage bait. It was not a joke. I was being real.
There's some videos that I saw that I'm like, I don't care if you're a comic, I don't think you think it's funny. Like, this is the stuff that even if your husband would do on a podcast and talking about his wife, no one would think it's okay.
Yeah.
And in fact, I know this because I don't ever see any comedian who's prominent ever talk like this about their spouse.
Okay, so I think the first thing we shat on you about was having icks about all the things that you guys do. So let's get into it. What are your icks about us? But answer properly or you're not getting laid.
That's just a lie, though. That's just a lie, though.
Here's what I'll say. I don't have icks about my wife in the sense that, like, everything she does is really cute to me. Do I have things that are a massive pain in my ass? Yes, absolutely. That I have. I love her. She's so adorable. When she's running 2 hours late to a dinner reservation that I work really hard to get, and then I'm like, baby, we're running late. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you know? I don't give a fuck if we're late to this dinner. They're lucky to have us. And I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing?
Don't look at me like that.
Okay. Now you see what I'm talking about? Like,
don't look at me like that.
I'm gonna say something so funny too, because like people shit on this guy right now because he's like, he doesn't have a traditional partner. Look at this woman, whatever. I think you guys would be so shocked how many women, both here and abroad in the East, run their fucking husbands. Am I tripping?
Bro, that's the kid.
Abba. So, Abba, if you were to agree to that, then what really is the beef with RP content? And this is why I've always maintained that their beef is just with specific content creators. That's why I maintain that. All right? Unless you're willing to say to me how many women run their relationship like we just saw, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's your position, then I guess I get why you're so anti-RP content. But if you were to say that this isn't it, right? How many men have this happen, right? Like, if you're willing to say that, then you must also concede that men need a space to be able to talk about these different things. And I'm not saying that he doesn't say that. Again, I think that it's just the beef that's been going on, and they've just been systematically going from one content creator that they disagree with to another.
Bro, that's the whole Caribbean. You have to make it look like the man is running the house, but it's really the woman.
Why?
And that's not even, I say Haiti because I'm from there and I can say 100%, but it's not just.
That's in Haiti?
It's the Caribbean. I know for a fact.
Bro, it's not just.
Dog, it's in the Caribbean too. It's more of a matriarchal. I thought it was more patriarchal in the Caribbean. That's news to me.
There.
I know it's not, but what I can talk from experience is there. And then after that,
wow.
I think it's incredibly disrespectful to talk to your partner that when you can see even like how he's carrying himself. You can see how the other guys carrying themselves. They are definitely very subservient to their wives, and their wives are permitted to like say whatever they want and be as insulting as they like. And the dudes kind of just take it, even if they're not like too okay with it. So to me, it's a bit cringe to watch. With you.
And what it is, these young girls' behavior is end stage feminism. It's end stage Sex in the City. It's end stage Cosmopolitan magazine. And it's so end stage that these men just sit and they tolerate this shit, which is why when these different debates happen about like the benefits of marriage to men, and nobody can think of why it is right? Like, and it's not to say that it's 100% not beneficial whatsoever. And in fact, the majority of the argument is that it's beneficial for family building or to children. And I can understand you if you're going to go there, but specific to benefit of men outside of family building, I think that there's ancillary benefits of, you know, having a much more structured life, right? Not messing or fornicating with all these different women, right? Letting all these different adverse, potentially bad women up into your life, especially from a non-secular perspective, right? Like if your spirituality or your religion calls you to become married, but these men are getting married to these women, and these men are just setting themselves up for these battle axes, these demon type mindset women whose mindsets have been cultivated by Super Saiyan feminism, and they find themselves in a situation where they are responsible for their wife's actions, but they can't hold their wife accountable for their actions or be able to check them for fear of retaliation, of leveraging of the family courts. I mean, the shit goes damn deep. As much as I am a proponent for families and wealth building and the protection of children, what you find is that even with all of that, within our current society today, men are rationalizing against it because many of those factors don't actually protect the man. And exponentially if they're choosing the wrong woman, like Akaash did. Let's go.
And could you handle talking like that?
No.
Like, yo, I'm in the reservation. We're late. So who fucking what? I was like, who you talking to?
Yeah,
I'd have lost my mind.
No, we don't do that. I don't talk like that. She don't talk like that.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Don't
She's
disrespect
like, oh,
each
men are
other.
misogynistic because like they're hating on us.
I'm not here for the misogyny.
Nobody gives a that you treat your husband like he a bitch.
It's not
Nobody
misogyny
cares.
either.
The thing is, your husband gets on podcasts and talks about how great his marriage is, and then he uses that to judge other people. And then people peer behind the curtain, they saw what it looks like, and they're like, he's a fucking loser. You look like a fucking bratty loser, and he indulges you every time he fucking bends over backwards to simp for you. And then he's going to have the audacity to judge anyone else. Like, well, then we're going to judge you too. I saw a bunch of women who saw that shit and be like, shit, if my man lets me do that to him, my pussy drying up.
Facts.
And that's fair. He acts like a big boy when he's talking about anybody else on his podcast. But if his wife comes calling, he a bitch. And it's okay. Some people like to live that way. Just shut the fuck up about other people's relationships. Don't talk about Will Smith. Your wife's worse.
When I say I'm tired, she can't just let me be tired. I travel, I work, and I'm very blessed to do what I do.
He also has really bad insomnia.
I'm so blessed to do it.
And also, you really have bad insomnia, which makes me a bad person because I don't let you sleep because you can't sleep, so we can't sleep. But I'm done sleeping, so you're not sleeping.
I know I'm angry when I hit my pet names for her very harshly. I go, because I was busy, my love. I slammed the door and walked out.
Hey, you did it with grace.
The best part is that he always apologizes. He's like, hey,
Oh!
I'm sorry I was short with you. And I'm like, you were.
I-
you were.
I realized I got to take notes from Akaash.
Always apologizes for not doing anything wrong. Oh, do they have a soundboard?
I need a second, Mike.
Well played.
Misogyny. This is all misogyny.
Yeah.
I'm not here for the fucking misogyny.
I don't know why I'm getting mad for somebody I don't
Because she baited
like.
you.
These
Baited!
dogs.
Baited!
I got
That's a
baited.
good point. That preaches, man.
Baited male.
Baited!
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine any guy sitting across from his wife on a podcast talking to his co-host about his wife, talking about, I want to have an orgy with your girl in front of his girl?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And the comments would be crazy.
It depends what kind of freak you
lambasted
are. It depends on what kind of freak you are. If that's the kind of freak you are, that's the kind of freak you are. If you're about it, then let it be about it.
Akash don't want that, though.
That's okay. So her even claiming that's misogyny. She's like, no, you're embarrassing your husband by telling him to his face how much you admire someone else's physique, how much more attractive they are, someone you have proximity with, and then saying you want to sleep with them. Yeah, that's insulting. Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is.
And there's no way around that. Now, you guys might be okay with it, but if everyone else wants to judge, it's perfectly acceptable. You can't monetize your weird rhetoric and then get mad when people react weirdly to it.
Yeah.
Like, either pick one, be a content creator, say your weird shit and accept what comes with it, or shut the fuck up.
Listen,
But you can't do both.
Yes, you can, because the minute you have sex, it's fine. They're married. The minute you have sex, you could go from virgin to, oh my God, I'm pretty sure he has a 10-inch cocker. It's okay. It's okay.
He's
rage baiting.
He's trying to male bait me.
And if you speak like that, it's kind of working. I'm getting. Would you say I was
Manipulation.
That was manipulation for sure.
You brought your wife into an expensive place and thought that you were going to leave with something?
I did. I didn't because I didn't think she'd get access to it. She don't know these people.
You didn't think a woman would find a way to buy something expensive?
Son, we go in there, she's on fire.
No
She's
control.
cracking jokes to all the sales associates. They're loving her. I'm like, I want my fucking watch. I talked to my guy. We've been talking. Let's get this done. My wife is just, hey, we got to get dinner, blah, blah, blah. Then he comes out with a watch box, and it's the exact watch she wanted. And he's like, I got you next time, buddy. And I was like, all right, well,
So you
here
didn't
we
even
go.
get your watch?
I got nothing.
Ain't it crazy? Ain't it crazy how guys can spend all this money on a girl, buy her watches. He's like buying her like 25K shoes, 10K bags, all this other shit. I'm like, all right, yeah, spend your money. And she still disrespects you every day.
It don't matter.
Like, how you gonna be a pay pig? How you gonna be this dude just throwing all this cash at the broad, and she still shits on you every day?
But it's not.
Money don't buy respect.
It's not disrespect.
Yeah.
They agree with it. He's okay. He's fine with it.
Oh, well, he's not
He's
okay with it
fine
now.
with it. I've seen a couple of my friends. I'd be like, yo, that dude's a jackass. He's not. Dude is not a jackass until she realizes he's a jackass. Because there's nothing you can say. They're gonna give you all the excuses that there's. So if you talk to Akaash, like, yo, you're being disrespected. He's like, no, it's fine. If she's making all these excuses for her, then he's not.
There's a difference between.
That's such a fair point, and it's also why it's so dangerous to get in the middle of other people's relationships, right? Like if you know what I mean. Your friend is asking you your opinion and you just sound off on your opinion. The person in a relationship might actually go back, but then you still have that opinion. So now it's awkward, right? Like it's not an issue until the person in the relationship realizes that it's an issue and then sticks to it.
Being okay with something and tolerating something. A lot of people will say they're okay with something. They're just tolerating it because they want the relationship dynamic to work. He said it. I wish she would do this more. I wish she would be more like this. But he accepts how
she popped his cherry.
Fine, cool. Now that he's getting this backlash, his family members are seeing the clips. They're contacting him. He's not okay with it.
Oh, my God.
That's why he's deleting and purging the subreddits. That's why he's not defending any of this. It's because he's just been tolerating it. And now that it's all coming down to shit on him, he's now having to, do some damage control. 99.9% of men are not going to be okay with their wives sitting across from them, telling them how they find another man much more physically attractive and they want to f him and they know who that guy is. No, that's not happening for a vast majority of dudes. I like Akaash. He's trying to work on his fitness. He's trying to get healthier. Why? Because that shit plays in his head, right? So I think it's important to note, comedians, you guys are going to realize this if you don't already, they are the most thin-skinned people. They're not actually taking these jokes well. They claim to, but one thing I realized over time is that they're very sensitive to this stuff, and I don't think Akaash is any different. So I actually used to be a fan of Flagrant, and I actually remember an old episode
they're not cool?
in which they discussed Akaash's wife back in the day. A lot of people are calling her a gold digger, and I'll defend her in this regards. They met before he ever had money. He wasn't famous. He wasn't a big name. I think they met almost 10 years ago. So in her defense, she was with this guy when he had nothing. And I think it's pretty unfair to call her necessarily a gold digger, even if she's a fucking spoiled brat. Now, and you could tell, I don't think Andrew liked this broad either.
If that's your friend's girl, you just be nice to her, make sure she likes you, make sure they got no issues.
And you're right. And I think in the full extent of our conversation, in like our relationship, I think I've been very accommodating and nice, right? When me? No, when she came up to do the shows.
Oh, yeah, no. Bro.
When we were 11?
Yeah, no.
That means she's talking to him about how Andrew's... But people haven't... Andrew's going to reference something.
What happened?
Right.
The truth comes out.
No, that I didn't mind. That's your show.
What you need me to do?
Look at his face.
You just weren't really...
She watching Gossip Girl on the Green Room TV. I didn't say nothing. It's like, I'd like to watch the game.
No. Chris Scopo was watching the game. But the point is... You
wasn't watching TV in the green room, son?
I don't remember. Clearly, it bothered you, though. Yeah, no. But that's fine. That's your show. I get that. That's your show. That's your space.
I'm just saying, you would think if you were guessing someone's green room,
Oh, I wasn't there. I'm just.
Bro, okay. When you use the words, I've been accommodating to that person. And I'm talking about your girl, because I'm not acting the way I would normally act, which is the accommodation.
Okay.
Manipulation.
Now, I'm going to say something, okay? Because some of you have never been in a green room. All right, we've ran shows, big shows in theaters and stuff. Green room is where like comics spend time to essentially get ready before they go up on stage. They relax, they take it easy. And generally, people might bring their partner, their significant other or like their camera person. That person, when they enter the green room, is generally background noise. They shouldn't really be involved. They might say hi and talk to people, but
you gotta respect.
You're not trying to fuck up with the acts before they get up on stage. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's also not your place. You're a guest.
Right. But like they're about to perform, so you don't want to mess with the mojo. You just chilling.
Don't touch anything.
To me, just the fact that she walked in there, put on the TV so she could watch her dumb fucking TV show while actually trying to get ready, is just like more evidence in my head of how much of a like miscreant she is. You understand what I'm saying?
Miscreant is crazy.
I think she lacks self-awareness, definitely.
She might have a touch of the tism, just like I said earlier. And here's the thing. A woman that recognizes, and this is men or women to be honest with you, but a woman that recognizes that, hey, this guy that I'm trying to date, he's got a friend over there that keeps it real with him, right? And what it is, at first she'll try to be nice, but then if she realizes that maybe he can still sense her bullshit, then what she'll do is try to create a wedge. She'll go into the guy's ear who she's messing around with, like, hey, did you notice when Andrew said this, that, and the third? Oh, really, babe? I didn't notice. Okay, I'll just keep a lookout for her. And then it starts the breakdown of communication between the boys because, again, she recognizes, oh, that's going to be an obstacle. Oh, he doesn't really like me. He doesn't treat me with red carpet treatment that he should be, or at least I think that he should be treating me with the white glove treatment, right? He's not doing that, right? So the wedge will begin. So when Schultz is referencing this accommodating treatment, when she effectively came in there, threw her dick around and said, okay, let's see how he reacts. Now that is the idea has already been implanted in Akaash's mind in regards to how Andrew responds to her, which then led to that on-camera conversation.
A lot. That like
a bit entitled?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So when you're calling her a brat, a spoiled brat, I think that's fair. And I understand why he feels a certain type of way about her, because I'd be like, yo, who are you? Are you on the show? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're gonna have to not do that.
I've kicked people. I've kicked people out of rooms.
Just recently, I was at Bordel, right, the comedy club, and I was in the green room, and someone opened the fridge, and I'm like, hey, if you're not performing, that's not your fridge. You're gonna go downstairs, get your drink.
Yo, we were backstage one time. It was like a showcase for a relatively big show. We were 4 people, and this one guy, like, I didn't know who the fuck he was. I'm not gonna say no names, but he came in and he was a little bit agitated. He was a little jumpy as shit. Yeah, and, I'm just back home. I got my headphones on, whatever. And then 3 more people come by. I'm like,
what is this?
And you can tell they're not supposed to be there because they're a little too excited to be in a green room. Yeah. And they're just like zooming around, staring. And I'm like, now I'm getting annoyed because niggas is looking at me. And I'm just trying to get ready to go up on stage. I got my head on, like, yo, what y'all doing here? And they're like, oh, we're just hanging out. And I looked at the guys like, are they with you? Yeah? Okay, there's too many people in the green room. It got awkwardly quiet. I hope they figure it out. You know what I mean? And look, maybe they don't care. She's pretending like they don't care and they're all above it. But from how he's scrubbing the subreddits and how they're reacting, how she's reacting, she looks very bothered. So, but at the same time, like, you embarrass your husband for some clicks. So, I don't really care too much if you feel bothered.
Yeah, well, I do hope somebody is checking on him because, it's a lot that he's effectively dealing with over the past couple of weeks, right? Like, and I think, to have the additional context of showing the way that he would talk about other people, right? Like, it just adds more insult to criticism, injury. But, it's the way the cookie crumbles when you get on this side of the internet and you talk about other people's things, but then you also have your relationship up on display. It gives everybody ammunition if they do so try to use it. And man, you want to talk about embarrassing. This goes a step beyond it. Shout out to Abba and Preach. I appreciated their comments during this discussion. I'll leave a link to the video down in the description box down below. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Guys, let me know. Light up y'all comment section. Do you agree with the points that I added on the conversation? Do you disagree with the points that I added on, or anything that Abba and Preach said, or what have you? Anything that's in the video, let me know down in the comment box down below. I appreciate you guys for continuously coming back in here and showing me the utmost respect, the utmost love. Thank you. And shout out to Aura for sponsoring this video. Take y'all private information off of these public websites. Utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 2-week free trial to at least see if your information has been exposed. Go now. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.